Welcome to Puzzle with Emilia, that's me. I must admit that I've always tiny little bit judged people who buy a lot of puzzles, more than they can do. Well, I also must admit that I've kind of joined the club, so to say. In February, I have done 50 puzzles, which is absolutely crazy. But what's even crazier is that I still have 30 puzzles on my to-do pile over here. Today we're gonna speed run all of them, so prepare for lots of time-lapse videos, images, and plenty of puzzle inspiration. But let's start with 3 puzzles that shocked me the most, either in a good way or not so good way. Here we have the Tiger Snap, which is from the Treffel Prime Soft Velvet collection. Rothenburg, Germany, Ravensburger, which is basically standard puzzle, but it has bigger pieces. And then we have Animal Patterns, a square Ravensburger. So what absolutely shocked me positively is this Tiger Snap puzzle. I really like the soft touch of the pieces. It felt amazing. I know some people don't really like the feeling of these pieces, but I absolutely loved it. It was my first time doing from this collection. I would definitely buy and do more. And then, I wouldn't say baby shocked, but the Ravensburger, my first experience with the Ravensburger that has bigger pieces, it's still back here because I just done it recently, borrowed from my neighbor. It was a nice experience. I don't really know what is my opinion about the bigger pieces, but let's say it was definitely a different kind of puzzling experience for me. And then what shocked me not so good way was this square puzzle, 500 piece puzzle as the box says, from Ravensburger. So it took me like an hour and a half, and I posted that on my Instagram along with another time lapse of a more harder looking puzzle that I did way faster, and somebody actually sent me a DM saying that, oh, by the way, that square puzzle actually don't have the 500 pieces or the standard of 513, but it actually have 572 pieces. So I went to Google this, and yeah, it seems like some stores are actually specifying this in the details that it does have 572 pieces. So I was like shocked. I felt I was a little bit fooled because it did not say this anywhere in the box. And I mean, I understand the 513, but 572 is a little bit of a stretch to put actually 500 pieces on the box. I also have to admit, just because I always keep saying that I don't really buy online, well, February has been an exception to this. First of all, because there was this fabulous discount on one store in Finland, and I was ready to go to the physical store, but then it had a disclaimer that the discount is only available on the online store. So I bought a bunch of puzzles, and then of course there was also some competition puzzles that I needed to order online because they were not available elsewhere else. So I had to actually order this from Amazon because this is a competition puzzle for the Vienna Club. I'm hoping to be able to live stream it also on YouTube. It's going to be 14th of March if I get permission from the organizers. And on the same order, I actually ordered this puzzle that has been used in the Battle of the YouTube Puzzlers. I also ordered the other one, the floral something, I don't know, and I'm still waiting for that. And then in addition, you saw I got these puzzles with my dry food order that I did from Matsmart, which is like selling. They do call it food waste, not because it's waste in a way that it would be expired, but as said, it's more like that it's soon to be expired, or there was packaging error, or something that just the traditional stores or brands don't want to sell themselves. So they also have items and they had these puzzles, so I had to order these. And I also love the Sweden theme because there's the Swedish nationals coming. And then yeah, those that I got from the discount sales were truffle puzzles. So here are all the time lapses of them. I also have plenty of truffles that I haven't done yet, in addition to those. So these truffles I haven't done yet from the batch that I ordered. This one actually somebody challenged me to do. So there's going to be a video about this puzzle coming eventually, probably this month. And then this cute dogs eating ice cream and another tiger one. Just a hard one to practice. I have said this many times, but I'm just gonna say it again. I like truffle because their quality is always good. In a way that there's nothing like special, but also there's really nothing ever wrong. And then I also did some other truffles I had already earlier, and some of these that I ordered that I haven't done a time-lapse video. I usually always put a video going, like filming going on when I do a puzzle, because I do them on the daytime, but sometimes I do also puzzle in the nighttime, so then I don't put the camera on because the light is just terrible. But I always take images. And also generally I only do the time lapses of 500 pieces or a lower piece amount, and then if I do like 1000 piece puzzles, I only take images with them and maybe, you know, the piece looking for its place kind of video that I post on YouTube Shorts a lot. So here are some 1000 piece puzzles that I have done also in February. And then I also have a bunch of left, but I'm not gonna go through this because you actually saw this on my previous haul video already, so we don't need to like kind of like show them again. But that's it, I haven't done those yet, so they are still on my to-do pile. And then there was a lot of also smaller puzzles on my previous haul video. And yes, I have done most of them, a lot of these videos that I took. And the last art puzzle, which is still here, I'm not even sure if it shows the camera because there's so many piles here. That one actually wasn't from that previous video. I actually borrowed from my neighbor. And to be honest, I haven't bought all of these puzzles. So let's not like think that I'm just buying puzzles like crazy. Most of these are actually, I'm just borrowing. So these are the puzzles I've been borrowing from my teammates. Round Pokemon puzzle, very excited. A round puzzle from Ibu. A little bit older Ravensburger. It's surprisingly how old it looks, but it's technically just from 2015. Okay, that's almost 10 years ago. And then another big piece puzzle, and also I'm very excited because it's 750 pieces, so that's a piece count that I don't usually do. I have a couple, but those are kind of like shaped special puzzles, so I'm actually more excited to do kind of like a standard puzzle, but with that piece count, of course, the bigger pieces. And another Truffle Prime, you know, colors, details, absolutely what I love. These were from my teammates, in addition to those all that you've seen on the time lapses. And then there's more puzzles from my neighbor. This is I'm gonna actually do, I've already probably done this as you're watching this video because there was the Culture Award, so I thought this is a perfect puzzle to do while watching that on live or listening on the Spotify if you haven't done that yet. Another 500 piece puzzle, one traveling puzzle from a Facebook group, and just another 500 piece puzzle from a Finnish brand. Yes, bunch of puzzles here, yes. And talking about speed puzzling, these are all puzzles that I've done with my team that I'm so proud of. I'm so excited to have this team for the Worlds. We've been practicing awfully a lot already in this month, and I think we have such a great times, even though we're still like not fully on the structured practicing, just still getting to know each other and see how it goes naturally. But it has been plenty of fun. I'm so excited. And then there were a couple puzzles that you have seen. I didn't film them, but there was the Mäyräkoira puzzle one and then some very old vintage small puzzle, and one Disney puzzle that actually got me in trouble with YouTube because I posted, so apparently you should not really post a Disney puzzles because YouTube has this kind of like, this is related to some US laws that you need to mark whether your content is made for kids or not, and made for kids doesn't mean that okay it's kids friendly. It actually means that your primary target group or your video in general is specifically to kids and mainly for kids. And obviously my puzzle videos are not made for kids in that way. So we had a little disagreement on Disney puzzles, that whether they are so or not. I'm not even mentioning it here. I'm not gonna show it. I don't want to get into the trouble again. But yeah, and then of course, in addition to those theme puzzles, I've also done some pair puzzling. My pair is not part of my team, so my pair is still the same Emilia from last year. And we also practice with the, what are the names of the puzzles? Let me check. So we have done the colorful underwater species. That was actually last year. It was actually a surprising result we got with that puzzle, because if we would have been on that round last year, basing on the time that we had in February, we would have not actually even qualified. So I'm confused, did we really suck that much with that puzzle? Because we were quite fast on the other rounds, we had very good placement. So I don't know if that round was just like extra competitive. But is it possible that they put, you know, by accident all the best speed puzzler pairs in that one category, and that's why we would have not qualified? I don't know. It was very odd. And then we also did, sorry, I have to check because I keep forgetting. The King of the Sea, which was used in 2019 in the world. So we did also that one. And then we did the student days, also the compare times would have qualified just well with that one. And I also done that alone. So here's some more time-lapse videos about all the puzzles that I have done. A lot of different brands, a lot of puzzles that are borrowed, and puzzles that you have seen before. But to be honest, I also bought from physical stores 3 puzzles. Where are they? Oh, here. So I visited the Technology Museum in Finland and I bought this one from there. I just had to, because I always go check the museum shop, and if they have puzzle, I always buy it. It's just the thing that I do. These 2 I don't feel bad for, because this was €1 and this was €1. So I got these 2 puzzles for €2 only. From Kierrätyskeskus. I also have a membership there, so I could have got a discount, but I was too awkward to use my discount because I mean €2. But so excited for these ones as well. And then of course I've shown you a lot of truffle puzzles, the ones I haven't done. Time lapses. I have more of truffle time lapses of all the panorama puzzles that I have done. These are absolutely great for the reason that I think there is going to be panorama puzzles also this year in the world, like there were last year. So yeah, I really like these panorama puzzles. I was surprisingly actually faster with this than I thought, because sometimes I am actually slower with the panorama puzzles. And then of course there are the puzzles that you have seen on my YouTube videos in February. For example, the evening in Pisa where I was racing against the world champion. And then also springtime in Paris, and the London postcard, also now from the Worlds, but also from the Swedish Nationals this weekend. To follow up with all these puzzles and also with the previous videos, remember to subscribe this channel, like the videos, comment your thoughts. You can also share in the comments if you want to see me do or focus on specific puzzle, you want a separate video about it. Or challenge me to do something. And then you can also follow me on Instagram puzzle with Emilia, for example, the Doors of USA. I started on my Q&A video. I continued that on my Instagram stories. And then also, for example, the Stockholm puzzle, Christmas in Stockholm might be actually the full name of it, from Martin Schwartz. A lot of these more kind of time-lapse videos I have on my TikTok account. And then also I sometimes have live streams on Instagram Live that are not on the YouTube. For example, the I Love Birds. I actually will put links to these always on my description, so you can follow in different kind of channels to see different kind of content. I always try not to push this exactly same content everywhere because I just find that a little bit annoying myself. And then last but not least, we also have some puzzles that I had in my collection for quite a long time, but for some odd reason I haven't done them. To be honest, I even completely forgot I had this puzzle. It's so small and it was on my shelf that I just forgot that it was there. I never done it. It's a wooden one, so I definitely want to do it. Then we have this that I technically have, well, not, to be honest, I haven't technically ever done this. This was in the pairs final last year in the World, and I think only 9 pairs actually finished this in the competition. So technically I have started this in the competition, but I never finished it. So I want to actually do this someday. This has been one of my to-do list, this impossible puzzle minions. I have done another impossible puzzle before. Yeah, these are quite tricky. That was actually a moving one, but I was thinking doing this for the YouTube video, but it's kind of it takes time because these are actually really hard. So it just had, I don't know, someday it's coming. And then of course this you also seen before, this 6,000 piece puzzle. No other issues except that it doesn't fit anywhere, so that's why it hasn't been started. But yeah, this is basically all the puzzles I did last month in February and the puzzles that are on my to-do pile right now. Daniel just got home and it happens to be that there is 6 puzzles more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and there's also one over there. Wow! Oopsie doopsie. I may buy something more from the Swedish Nationals, who knows? And then I of course buy a lot of also these a crossword puzzles. These are also absolutely fantastic. But yeah, I can't believe it took me literally 2 hours just to write all the puzzle names and brands. I actually had to check everything because I don't always remember all the names. So yeah, but this was definitely it. Last time I asked for your favorite and I got comments like you can't choose your favorite when you show so many puzzles, but I'm gonna ask again. What was your favorite? If you don't have favorite, was there anything? I mean, there's literally 80 puzzles here. So was there anything that you have done yourself? And how did you like it? Or if there was something, not favorite, but maybe something that caught your eye that you want to do it, or you want to see a specific video about, comment below. And this was all. I will see you next time, and bye bye.